you.
Okay.
So you've created such an amazing professional background now with
Thank
your
you
YouTube
so
channel.
much.
How do you feel like this has come to fruition, and how do you feel like you strategized from the very beginning for it?
I don't think I had a strategy at the beginning because when I started 4.5 years ago, there wasn't even an existing industry in Turkey. I mean, we didn't even have YouTube Turkey in Turkey, you know.
There was nothing.
Yeah, there was nothing. So I was one of the first people that started this in Turkey, which is still, I guess, my advantage.
Yeah.
And then slowly I figured out what I want to do, how I want to do things, and things started to get bigger and better.
So it was a process.
Yeah, it was a big process. I mean, my first brand collaboration, my first job was after almost a year.
Okay, so it took time to build up content and create a different brand.
Of course,
videos.
yes.
Okay, wonderful. So you're working with a lot of different brands in different industries. How did you create your content while working with all these different brands?
It's a bit difficult for us in Turkey because I guess it is still a new thing for the brands, for the agencies, and for the influencers, for us.
Okay.
Because people still don't know how to create projects. It's getting better. We're getting somewhere, I know, but...
Where do you feel the disconnect is?
Yeah, a bit, but I like to work with brands that I really like and that I can really fit in my channel and that suits me, that I am using for years and years.
And there should be also a good communication, like between you and the brand, you know.
Yeah, those are the successful projects, I guess. And what's important for me, the most important thing for me is I need to have my own voice when I do a project with a brand.
And keep it authentic and organic.
Of course, yes. And I think that the brands and the agency should put their know-how in the project, and I should put mine too, because I know my audience, I know what I like, and I know what they dislike. So it is so important for both of us that if we want to collaborate, like if we want it to be successful, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. So do you ever have a situation where you can't accept a project even though it's being monetized?
Yeah, sometimes they want us to, you know, memorize lines, and they write some scripted projects, you know, and I don't agree with them because we are not an actor. Like, we are not actors. We are influencers. I am here as Duygu. She is here as Diana. Like, with our style, with our hair, with our content. So we need to be ourselves.
Yeah, and it's a bit odd when they ask you something like this because I mean,
yeah.
you should be yourself, and your followers follow you because you know you are who you are. So it should be, yes, you should benefit. The brand should benefit from this collaboration as well, but it should be a win-win situation for both of you.
And I think the weird thing is, they want to work with us. They chose us for you know, for what we do,
what we represent, exactly.
But they expect a different thing from us at the same time. It's a bit weird of them, I guess.
And if it's more natural, it will be, you know, the followers will like it more because it's more authentic, it's more you,
and people will watch the whole video.
Yeah, exactly.
And the drop-off rate won't be as extreme.
Yeah,
absolutely. So Duygu, you did a fantastic collaboration with Bobby Brown, and this is one of the best examples of influencer marketing in Turkey. We'd love to hear how this whole project came about.
Okay, so thank you, first of all. It was a big deal because it was the first project that Bobby Brown did in Turkey with an influencer. I was the first Turkish face in stores, and I was the first influencer that they worked with. And it was a first for us too because people or brands don't do those kind of things because it's a big deal. I said in the beginning that it's still new. It's a still new industry in Turkey. So it was a huge deal. My team reached out to them, and and
started off the
they
conversation.
They had the idea, and it was a long process that we had to get confirmation from the from Europe, I guess, from England, I guess. So it was a long process, but after the confirmation we got, we still had like 6 months or so.
Because it's such a big project.
Yeah, since the launch. And at the launch party, in 2 hours, we had the products out of stock at online.
Which is incredible. So you
which is incredible. We didn't know what to expect. We had some input, of course, but we didn't know what to expect. We kind of knew it could be a successful project, but we didn't expect this. So the whole we had a collection, by the way. It was 2 sets, and we sold out, and it's not available anymore. But it was a great project.
That's incredible.
Yeah,
no,
I'm so glad. It was
to hear that.
one of my biggest achievements in my career, I guess.
We love to hear that. So you also have a clothing line, Do Istanbul. What was the story behind that, and how did you personalize the brand and make it your own truly?
I have always wanted to study fashion, but it didn't happen for me.
So now you have your own brand.
Yeah, which is crazy. But to be honest, if I didn't do what I do now, I couldn't do that.
Right.
To be honest. So it was so huge for me. Like, it was a dream of mine, and I didn't think that in a million years I could do that. So 2 years ago, I guess, we launched the brand. We sell online just for now. Like, I don't know what happens in the future, but and I like to design my own stuff because I have a particular style, and I guess people like what I wear, how I style them.
And are you custom designing all of the pieces yourself?
Yeah. I do the designing stuff. I don't do the organization and the operation stuff, but I do the design stuff still. I choose everything from the fabrics to the materials. We do jewelry and ready to wear. And I do kind of effortless, timeless, and cool stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
In my opinion, at least. And I don't know, it's going great. It went really well since the beginning. But I don't know what is going to happen after this, because I have so much to do. I have so much on my plate. So,
do you have another project that you want to do? Is there like a book or a product line that you want to start? What's your new venture that you are dreaming of?
To be honest, I don't like to talk about my dreams unless I start them.
Okay.
Because it gives me so much pressure that I have to do it now. You know. So
absolutely.
I don't know for now, but of course I have some big dreams still. And I want to separate myself a bit from the brand. But I think it's impossible because I'm kind of the influencer of the brand. I'm kind of the face of the brand.
So it's attached to you.
Yeah, it's very attached to me, which I like. But on the other hand, it causes some problems sometimes. But
it's
time
consuming.
Yeah, it's time consuming, of course. But I don't know.
And you're like, I just want to produce more videos.
Yeah.
I want to create more content.
Yeah, I have so much to do. I have my travels, I have my projects, I have my videos, I have my photos, I have my brand, I have the design for it. So
the life of an influencer, everybody.
Yeah,
basically. Wonderful, thank you. So Diana, let's go to you. How do you select the brands that you work with, and how do you create content for these awesome brands?
Well, because I get so many, offers almost daily, it's really hard to actually try to, find the brand that, it will be a great fit for you. So we can, I can represent the brand, but also it should be a great fit for my channel, for my Instagram, if I'm working on Instagram. So it should be something that, for example, if we're talking about beauty, if I use their products in the past, or maybe a fashion clothing line, the same thing, if I bought their products in the past, if I like them, what kind of experience I had with their products, or their brand in general. So I look just like at these kind of things, and what people in general think about the brand. if you know, they get good reviews, if they're like a trusted brand. It's important for me to work with, you know, a brand that is actually trusted and people, you know, like this. Yeah, exactly. I don't want to, you know, just advertise something just for
something random.
Yeah, exactly.
It's risky for us, I guess.
It's very risky because you can lose your followers if they don't trust you. Or,
Yeah.
exactly.
So how long do you feel like it takes to start getting those brand deals for an influencer?
Well, you know, sometimes it's super quick, like probably.
But in the lifespan of your YouTube career?
Well, I actually started getting, you know, like all these opportunities about sponsorships after I had like 200,000 subscribers. Because before that, I was not thinking about these things. I was not thinking about YouTube as a business, you know, as a brand.
It's more like a creative
yeah, it was like a hobby. I was just doing it, you know, exactly. So you are just doing it for more like for fun and just you want to inspire maybe people and that's it. You don't think at that thing. I mean, you don't think that it's more like a work, but then it started to grow bigger and bigger and you get all these opportunities. It's really hard now to manage everything and to...
So how do you keep control of all the incoming projects that you have as well as, you know, the creative fun content that you're also producing? How do you balance that?
Well, usually I just, you know, I try to... If I know that I have, for example, a project or two for the next month, I will not get any other like new projects because that's too much for me. But you know, I try to, because I manage myself in a way.
Right.
I try to do, you know, like to go little by little. I don't want to, you know, do something maybe stupid because I'm not so much into. I'm kind of like a business lady, but not really. I didn't like learn all these things, so I'm trying to go slow and to, you know.
And it's hard to do that.
Yeah, exactly. It's hard to manage all these things by its own. So you need to have either a team or maybe a manager or somebody to look after you.
So how did you start your YouTube and Instagram and what inspired you to do that?
Well, I started my YouTube, I think, well, almost 5 years ago. So again, it was not really in the beginning of the YouTube life with all these influencers, but it was kind of, you know, back then when not a lot of brands were working with influencers, or I mean, it was not like a really developed area in a way.
There wasn't a crazy algorithm affecting everything.
And I was not thinking about, you know, working with brands or working on developing something really big, but you know, I just started as a hobby. So I just started to create, you know, like makeup tutorials to show girls how to maybe create their own makeup looks for prom, or you know, if they want to go.
She's a queen of eye makeup.
Yeah, eye makeup. Exactly.
Very cool.
It's my passion, so you should, you know, create something that you are passionate about.
So speaking about passions, how do you keep up to date with the trends and create engaging content that encompasses your passions, but also the emerging trends that are coming up?
So of course you want to be yourself. You want to, you know, to be as natural as possible in front of the camera, but also you need to look at the trends because this way you will reach new audience. You don't want to stick with the same people like for years. And right now it's a bit more harder to do this, but it's still possible.
I have a question. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
But do you think it is too late now for them to start a YouTube channel on this day?
It's possible. I mean, but it's really hard because it's so oversaturated, all this market.
Definitely.
And it's really hard to gather a new audience. This is actually the hardest part because once you will gather that audience, they will want to know more about you, you know, more about yourself, and then you can develop as a brand actually. So that's nice, but the first part is a bit like harder to do, I guess.
So do you guys ever incorporate your own vlogs in between this, you know, creative content you're producing?
You do too.
You do the same, we do the same, I do makeup, mostly beauty, skincare related videos, some fashion related videos, and some vlogs here and there because they want to, you know, when they follow, especially my followers that follow me for I don't know how many years now, they want to know more about myself, you know, to have that true kind of connection. So they like to watch vlogs. What are you doing?
Yeah, see what you're doing every day.
Q&As. How you think about certain things of life. Exactly.
Okay. So how did the recent changes in Instagram and the YouTube algorithm affect your reach and your day-to-day content that you're pushing out?
So this actually affected me a little bit. So, but I think the best thing to do in this situation is just, again, to look at the trends. So you gather new audience, you gather new people that can watch you, you know, that maybe will be inspired by you, and this way you can keep actually fresh in a way. keep your content fresh, and to do something really fun. For example, like Kylie Jenner makeup tutorials, because everybody's following Kylie Jenner.
It always works.
Kim Kardashian, and yeah. So it's nice to do this, especially when they're starting out like a YouTube.
Yeah.
They can do this.
Yeah.
They will gather audience. People want to know more and more. So that's the key here.
Okay, fantastic. Does anybody in the audience have a question for these lovely ladies?
No.
About makeup? Yeah. Yeah, but I respond to comments all the time.
All the time.
All the time.
I'm
stay like one day and then I go through all my videos.
I'm diverse. I never reply.
And especially because I have people that always comment on my videos, like the same people. I have like probably 20 girls that comment on every video, always reply to them because they're my like true, in a way, fans. So it's important. And also on Instagram, direct messaging. I try to respond as much as possible.
Sometimes I reply to them if they ask about some particular thing on Instagram, but on YouTube, not
but
that
also
much.
You can ask them, for example, what they want to see next. Maybe they have like
I do that, but
prom makeup, a certain look, maybe something like this. It's nice to hear their thoughts about some things.
Of course. It's nice to hear from them, but
do you guys ever use
hard to keep
Instagram
up.
polls to gauge?
Yeah.
This is
really good as well. I used it once, I asked my audience, how much you know things about me. I mean, how much do you know me? And I asked them where I'm from, where I'm living, if I have brother, sister, what kind of makeup do I like.
How was the results?
Well, actually, it was like a 20-80 ratio, so the 80% were responding correct all the time.
That's awesome. That's good.
So they know you.
They know me.
Kind of.
Yeah, that's good. Thank you for your question.
Thank you for listening, everyone.